big international flavour to the Ross, this year's field is split almost equally between international teams and county teams, and it contains a number of previous winners.
The key to winning this race is to have like 4 teammates who can win themselves, because that way, you can't mark all the breaks yourself. So many breaks look dangerous, and to have cards you can play. So yeah, we've got a strong enough team.
Always coming into the Ras aiming to win it. It's a big event. It's really important. It's a race that suits me because it's generally pretty hard. I wouldn't say I'm coming in on my top form, but it's a race that I'm certainly capable of winning again.
Well, I think with the team we have at the minute, certainly with a lot of experience from the Ras, like obviously all the Irish guys. I mean, if you take up all the amount of times the guys have ridden the Ras, we've probably as much experience as any team here. But for that, I think we've a lot of depth, and it's just a case of getting it right on the road.
The Belgian-based An Post Sean Kelly squad are particularly keen to do well, since it's An Post's first year sponsoring the race.
The team is really strong. We have Mark Cassidy and Rowan McLaughlin, really strong Irish riders, Mark McNally and Lithuanian Bagdonis, all very strong riders, all capable of doing something this week.
Yeah, the team's strong. Yeah, we're good strength and depth, which is really important for this race. 5 strong guys, you need 5 strong guys instead of, if you've only 2 strong guys, you can't go with every move. But when you've 5, you can be there, be present and everything, and that makes the difference for the overall.
Put your hands together for the 2011 men on the An Post Ross.
172 riders headed off from a festive Dunboyne. Ahead of them, a 1,300-kilometre trip around the south of the country over fairly mixed terrain. Today's stage was ridden into really strong headwinds, and not surprisingly, there were no major breaks. By Port Arlington, nearing the halfway mark, the entire field was still together, and it was looking like the time bonuses on offer at the hotspot sprints at Allenwood, Mountmellick and Clonaslee, as well as the finishing line, would decide matters today. Sean Kelly on post rider Mark McNally from Liverpool registered a 1st and 3rd and was looking good. And by the time they reached Ras2011, he was part of a strong-looking 17-man group that also included his teammate Mark Cassidy. There was a somewhat controversial finish to the stage with less than 10k to go. Sean Downey of Ireland Skoda was in a 3-man break. Then there was a crash in the main bunch, the race was stopped, and shortly after the restart, the leaders were caught. And at the finish, there was a bunch sprint with Dean Downing of the British Rafa Condor team just edging out one of the rising stars of Irish cycling, 20-year-old Sam Bennett from Carrick-on-Suir, with Frenchman Erwin Brenthursch 3rd. 2004 winner David McCann, riding for the giant Kenda team, came home in 10th place. So, Dean Downey takes ownership of the first yellow jersey of this year's race with a 4-second advantage over Bennett.
There was a serious crash with 5 kilometres or so to go. The Chief Commissaire decided to neutralise it, which is probably the right thing, being a serious crash. But for the riders, that meant that we were stood at the side of the road for a few minutes, which doesn't sound a lot, but everybody's legs were, getting a lot of lactate acid in, and it's so hard to get going again. So it was a tough sprint finish, but I had a great lead out from my team. The 2 guys, James McCallum and Dean Windsor, and I had to put my nose in the wind for the last 150 metres, and took the stage, which I'm really happy about.